Do you find the most challenging person to lead is yourself? Well, stick with me because this week we're going to talk about the type of leadership that will help you with that. Hi, this is Grant Herbert, emotional intelligence master coach trainer and sustainable performance coach. And today I want to continue our conversation around the three facets of leadership by helping you to understand that it all starts with you. For those of you who've been following me, you might notice that I missed a week last week, and that's because I finally succumbed to this thing called COVID, and I was quite ill, and I'm just getting back to normal now. So instead of soldiering on and doing a video with COVID, I did what I teach, and I exercised some self-care, and I decided to let the conversation have a bit of a gap for a week, and I'm sure that you're okay with that. So remembering back a couple of weeks ago, we started a conversation around leadership. And I wanted to challenge us to really have a look at what leadership's about and have a look at how the understanding of what it is can really change how you actually become a great leader. We looked at the fact that there are three facets of leadership that I like to break it down into. We talked about personal leadership. We talked about professional leadership and people leadership. So today, let's go a little bit deeper on the first one. Let's talk about personal leadership. For me, I, for many years, thought that leadership was something that I needed to have some skills around so that I could tell other people what to do, so that I could lead them and I could get the results through other people. And I know that that is part of what leadership is all about. However, leadership has been relegated to just that. And I think it's a lot more than that. I think leadership is a set of internal characteristics of you, the leader. And when we look at it through the lens of personal leadership, what it does, it includes everybody in this leadership conversation. If you think that leadership is only for those people who have a team or a responsibility to lead other people, then you're missing out on what leadership is all about. And also, what it does is make sure that as you embrace personal leadership, you realize that you are a leader. Whether or not you're just leading you, a couple of other people, or a great large organization, you are still a leader. Every person on the planet is a leader, even if they're only leading themselves. So to be able to do this, we clearly need some skills. And what I want to do is just quickly unpack three key shifts that I like to help people to make, starting with myself, in the area of personal leadership. This helps go from the hardest person to work with is yourself to being able to lead yourself and navigate through this thing called life in a way that's a lot more enjoyable for you and, in the end, for those around you as well. So there are three shifts that I would like to help you to make in three key areas. The first area is in your identity. Your identity is not what you do. Your identity is who you believe you are. And it's the foundation for all other behavior. It's foundational for everything that we do. So if you believe you are a certain person, or you believe that you're not a certain person, you believe that there are things about you that hold you back from being a leader. There are things that hold you back from being who you need to be or you think you should be so that you thrive and survive in this thing called the world. Then those beliefs are going to hold you back from the things that you need to do. So working on the foundational area of your identity is the number one step in leadership. It's a shift from going from feeling like a fraud and an imposter to being congruent with who it is that you are and congruent with what it is that you believe in your behavior as well. So the first area of personal leadership is to go inward and go, who do I believe I am? Who do I believe I'm not? And how are those beliefs affecting the way that I present myself to the world? Do I have limiting or indeed false beliefs about myself, which are holding me back, which are limiting me from being my best version of myself? The second shift is in the area of intelligence. Intelligence that is more singular, where we look at your cognitive intelligence or your technical skills, into a multiple experience of your intelligence, particularly around the area of emotional intelligence and social intelligence and your creative intelligence. So being singular to being multidimensional. And this area, once again, builds those competencies like personal power that we talked about last week, that also build up that identity. So this first key area of personal leadership is building you, the person of the leader. And the third key area and shift that I help people make in this personal leadership area is in their intention. Intention is all about going from scattered and just being all over the place and seat of the pants mentality and being in a rut to being planned and intentional and making sure that everything that you do is on purpose. You know, it's not about just having a plan if you're in business, it's about having a plan for your life. So instead of letting the winds of the world take you from, wherever you are now to anywhere, it's being really intentional in who is it that I'm becoming? Where is it that I'm going? What's the purpose? What are my values? What are the things that are guiding me? So 3 key areas that we look at there in personal leadership. So who are you becoming as a leader? Remember, it's not a gig that's been put aside for just people running a team. This is something that each of us need to embrace. You are a leader. So what is it that you could work on? Is it your identity? Is it your intelligence? Or is it your intention? Or indeed, all 3? Personal leadership is critical, not just for your career or for a role in leadership, but for enjoying the growth and contribution that you bring to the world. Personal leadership is something that every single one of us can engage in and can grow in and can develop in. And I want you to go away this week understanding that it's not about getting people to do what you want them to do through your leadership. It all starts with you. Well, that's it from me for another week. Join me again next week as we continue this leadership conversation where we take a look at the second area of leadership, and that is your professional leadership. I'll see you then.